Hearing the phrase, "don't burn yourself to keep others warm," is like a reminder from the mysterious world, evoking ancient wisdom about the balance between kindness and self-care. Take care of yourself, but in the darkness of the modern age, always maintain a sense of mystery, being a good person bringing goodness to the world. Although turning noble actions into self-destructive habits, we are often advised to rise above to achieve overcoming our own limitations for the benefit of others. However, it is worth noting that too much kindness can deplete your own energy, and happiness is not just a good virtue, but a path that can lead to unforeseen consequences. Many people lose themselves in giving too much, making them lonely and exhausted. This creates a modern tragedy, where the best actions often lead to the worst consequences. Moderation is a wisdom we can learn to be generous without sacrificing ourselves. Kindness, not only to others but also to oneself, is how we learn to create balance, ensuring that our actions enrich the lives of others while safeguarding our own happiness. In this video, we will unveil the principles of moderation to help you establish healthy boundaries, turning your kindness into an endless source of energy. We will explore how to give while still preserving love, how not to be hurt when loving, and how to stay with others without losing yourself. Join us as we delve into the delicate balance between generosity and self-respect. 1. Self-protection is about understanding moderation, much like someone who doesn't burn themselves to keep others warm. Too much kindness can lead to a trap, as Marcus Aurelius warned. Avoid overextending your kindness and never give yourself completely to others, as it will leave you empty. You may always be ready to help others, but upon reflection, you may find yourself standing alone in difficult times. This also serves as a reminder that we need to be kind to ourselves, not just to others. Marcus emphasizes that our happiness is our primary responsibility. Without it, we cannot truly help anyone else. Reflect on the story of these two individuals, the gardening neighbors, one meticulously caring for their own garden while the other, despite having their own plot of land, frequently tends to the gardens of others. These gardeners are diligent in understanding the importance of self-care, yet instead, they continue to fret over tending to the land of others. It's truly wasteful. The land of these gardeners is not only their own personal joy, but also an economic asset. Rather than recklessly spending, they should focus on nurturing their own land rather than expending time and effort on others. Devoting too much time and effort to other gardens has led to their own plot of land being neglected and dried up. While striving to help others, they have disregarded their own needs, almost subtly signaling that they too are experiencing exhaustion. This serves as a reminder to carefully consider before rushing to aid others, questioning whether it is the right choice. Sustainable assistance only occurs when we also protect our own happiness and well-being. Ancient Stoic philosophers often encourage us to practice Stoicism by setting healthy and safe boundaries, emphasizing balance and self-care. In the journey towards kindness, don't forget to show compassion to yourself. After all, you cannot pour from an empty cup in Stoicism. The goal is to keep your soul peaceful and bright, while bringing positivity to the lives of those around you. Ensure that you maintain balance and integrity, not just for yourself, but also for those you wish to share love with. 2. What comes must go. Generosity is an essential part of life, creating richness and diversity. But remember, if not tempered, it can become a subtle trap. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy still deeply ingrained in our minds, emphasizes thoughtful consideration and wise adjustment. The fast-paced modern life brings a valuable lesson about the limitations of altruism. While helping others with an open heart is noble, expecting equivalent generosity in return can lead to disappointment. Our evaluation should not depend on whether tomorrow brings recognition or not. The value of that action is not measured by gratitude or acknowledgement from others, but by our willingness and sincerity. Consider each action as planting a seed, hoping that one day it will grow and bear sweet fruits. In life, we are like tree planters, striving to provide shade and sweet fruit for others. But just as nature brings storms, droughts, and changing seasons, when expressing compassion, we also must face unforeseen changes. The key is to free ourselves from the expectation of direct reciprocity. Followers of Stoicism, such as the philosopher Seneca, teach us to focus on our actions rather than the outcomes. Some things we can control, but others we cannot. They remind us that the joy of giving lies in the action itself, not in expecting something in return. In this way, we can protect our souls from the pain of unmet expectations and learn to manage our emotions more clearly. The ability to heal our souls allows us to continue living kindly and generously without feeling exhausted or taken advantage of. The important thing is not to harden our hearts, but to seek balance, acknowledging the impact of kindness as a natural reflection of our character, not merely a transaction. In doing so, we not only maintain inner peace, but also nurture a pure and generous spirit. By adhering to this Stoic principle, we are encouraged to give freely yet wisely, ensuring that our kindness enriches our lives further. Regardless of how the world reacts in your daily life, practicing the Stoic principle of giving without expecting can be a mysterious task. Imagine a specific situation where you demonstrate kindness or support without expecting any response. Meanwhile, consider specific steps you can take to ensure that your generosity still brings personal satisfaction and doesn't leave you drained. 3. Demands never come to a conclusion. Perhaps you opt for a mysterious approach, a means that doesn't reveal your identity to express kindness, without expecting direct control or feedback from the recipient. The key is to maintain your generosity and understand that what you do matters, whether or not you receive a response. Through various personal hygiene processes, from learning to wash hands quickly to present-day practices, it's evident that people still expect us to frequently assist them, helping them handle everything effortlessly. Stoicism emphasizes the value of establishing boundaries and accepting moderation, an ancient philosophy that underscores the importance of guiding us through the endless demands of life. It enables us to act purposefully and safeguard our mental well-being. Stoicism isn't just about refusing assistance, but about seeking balance to ensure we don't lose ourselves in the process of helping others. Simultaneously aiding others is a noble duty, akin to the profound story of a mother and her grown daughter in an ancient, venerable town. The mother sacrificed caring for her daughter to the point of suffocation. This drive persisted until the mother's sudden passing, which unexpectedly became a catalyst for the daughter's journey towards independence. The story underscores an important lesson. While our intentions may be entirely supportive, they can inadvertently hinder the development, as succinctly summarized by the Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius. This affirms that spreading kindness is not just an action but a way of life, a means for us to touch hearts and effect positive change. This wisdom in the meditation of human affairs calls for standing upright and not allowing others to bend us. This profound insight encourages us to foster self-reliance, nurturing a beneficial balance for all involved. Seneca, with deep understanding of the relationship between people, remarked that if one starts as a friend of convenience, they will no longer be a friend of convenience, serving as a strong reminder to cultivate relationships based on sincere connections, rather than purely transactional interactions. Genuine cooperation in friendship transactions and support is emphasized. This serves as a profound warning about understanding and maintaining the true essence of sincere relationships, while also encouraging us to seek genuine solidarity and sincere support, rather than merely focusing on personal gain. We shouldn't rely solely on what we can provide, but must build all relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Stoicism teaches us that self-worth is not about what we can give, but about the people we are becoming and the genuine relationships we are nurturing. When extending sincere support to others, we must prioritize responsibility and respect for our own needs. In this way, we not only preserve our authenticity, but also engage in meaningful and sustainable contribution activities. Establishing healthy boundaries helps us balance giving and self-protection, creating a meaningful and profound journey in life, where kindness and self-respect blend into a unified whole. In the darkness of ancient philosophies, we find guiding light for noble actions, actions that not only benefit others, but also nourish our own souls. In life and relationships, maintaining honesty with oneself and one's values is crucial. We should not rely too much on helping others at the expense of neglecting our own needs and self-care. 4. Those seen as vulnerable. The balance between aiding others and safeguarding our own spirits is the key to a meaningful and happy life. Stoicism teaches us about steadfastness in building self-respect and personal boundaries. This is an important lesson in nurturing inner strength and keeping our souls always free and resilient. When we constantly direct our attention and space towards others without clear boundaries, we can become entrenched in this behavior, leading to being perceived as weak. The lack of clear boundaries makes us susceptible to being taken advantage of by those who see our generosity as a given. We are not authoritative figures, but rather opportunities to be exploited in this cycle of expansion and exploitation. We ourselves create a sense of being undervalued and unsatisfied. However, as soon as we begin to assert boundaries and reject unreasonable demands, we find that this change does not happen overnight, but we are no longer always ready to respond to every request. Making the decision to assert these boundaries can create a newfound and profound respect for yourself, opening up a space of empowerment and respect from others. We value our time and energy, ensuring that others also respect us. Cicero, a shining star in the realm of Stoic philosophy, summarized this by asserting that your own thoughts about yourself are far more important than others' thoughts about you. By setting boundaries and practicing cognitive discipline, we not only protect our mental health and emotions, but also demand respect from those around us. Remember, the power of knowledge can be transformative. It is a statement of self-worth and evidence of the respect you receive from others. This self-awareness not only shields us from negative impacts, but also reinforces our self-value, creating an invisible yet sturdy shield that commands respect and appreciation for our presence and efforts. Embrace this mantra and observe as it reshapes your relationships, fostering mutual respect based on genuine values and self-worth. This change, though not easy, often attracts those seeking encouragement when you need support. One reality is that your support may lead to taking on many tasks, excluding the simple ones. Joy seems to only appear in the role of the helper, absent during idle times. This realization, though bitter, still serves as a subtle and implicit test. Distinguishing between genuine connections and superficial ones is a valuable lesson, helping us recognize the true value of relationships and encouraging a mindful approach to those we invest our time and energy in. Practicing boundary setting according to the core principles of Stoicism not only enhances personal well-being but also elevates the quality of relationships, an integral part of our happiness. When we respect ourselves enough to say no, we often receive respect from others. This highlights the paradox of human psychology. The transformative power of self-respect and the importance of discernment in our relationships are undeniable. By applying Stoic wisdom, we not only shield ourselves from negative influences but also nurture and cultivate our relationships. Relationships truly become rich and meaningful when we learn from valuable experiences. To support your relationships, discuss strategies to avoid being taken advantage of and to prevent your relationship from being threatened by excessive kindness. The first strategy is overcoming the fear of saying no. Reflect deeply on why you should say no. This helps alleviate the heaviness of refusing something. Plan 1. Overcoming fear. Returning to the early lessons of combining kindness with acceptance, we realize that such teachings have deeply influenced our development. Alongside the fear of rejection, they have formed a belief system. We believe adaptation is crucial, but Stoic logic pushes us to take risks and abandon ingrained beliefs to support a more meaningful life where we can choose freely. There's a goal to strive for instead of just living in the guidance of the past. As we mature, we have the right to redefine how we interact with the world around us, recognizing that fears have affected us since childhood. Through the lens of Stoic philosophy, we are equipped with mental tools to self-analyze and better understand our emotions, allowing us to face life's challenges with more confidence rather than simply passively accepting everything. Clearly defining boundaries by consistently saying no, especially when it pertains to protecting personal interests, is not only a rude gesture, but also an expression of fairness and self-respect. Though it may seem outdated, this is also a profound lesson in self-worth and autonomy. The key is to find a balance between determination and empathy, as well as emotional intelligence. Not only does this philosophy promote individual spirit or rebellion, but it also emphasizes the importance of positively contributing to the community and the lives of those around us. It encourages us to find a balance between helping others without compromising personal interests. In the pursuit of happiness, emotional intelligence becomes crucial, helping us recognize and act to support in a helpful and sustainable manner, while also identifying and addressing the genuine needs of others. Recognizing the limitations of oneself is evidence of genuine Stoic wisdom. This ensures that our kind actions are not only the result of voluntary discipline, but also the product of introspection and understanding, contributing to building a community where respect and support are widely spread. The second strategy is to focus on one's own emotions. Stoic philosophy encourages us to focus on introspection and mindfulness, helping us carefully explore our thoughts and emotions. In this way, we can cultivate the ability to spiritually recover and become guardians of inner peace by observing and understanding our reactions and emotions. Especially in the act of generosity, it educates us about genuine satisfaction when helping others, making us soar like clouds, while feelings of fatigue, hardship, or exploitation are signs that need adjustment. The serene awareness that this discomfort is not self-deception, but a courageous act of self-care, ensures that our good hearts continue to shine, not dimmed by mental fatigue. Striving relentlessly to excel, it's easy to become a master in lesser-known fields, but entirely overlook our own happiness, repeating values of discipline and self-respect. Taking time to care for ourselves is a non-negotiable doctrine. Ultimately, it nurtures the soul and teaches us how to safeguard ourselves. So forget neglecting yourself and nurture your well-being, both physical, emotional, and spiritual. Your presence heightens your needs, and this approach requires your full commitment, including fully forgiving past mistakes and self-reflection. Each year is an opportunity for renewal and exploration. Choose a task for your own joy, and see this time as evidence of self-worth in setting boundaries without feeling guilty about declining others if necessary to protect your personal space. Providing support within your capacity emphasizes your personal growth and requires a prioritization strategy to identify those who receive your support. Plan 2. Pay attention to your emotions. Personal demands for more time or attention than usual often reflect a motivation depleted by unregulated stoicism. This underscores the value of inner strength, reminding us that change can only come from within. Believing that we can transform others through absolute kindness is a fallacy. In reality, true change comes from a personal journey, fueled by the willpower of oneself, not from external intervention. This philosophy does not advocate coldness. Striving for a balanced approach to relationships requires a delicate dance between generosity and restraint, with the risk of losing creativity if too generous, and causing isolation if too stingy. Stoicism encourages the wise use of detachment and generosity, while employing the power of reason to end relationships when necessary to protect personal interests. In this, balance is the key to ensuring that our generous actions do not harm our mental well-being. Remember, the most sustainable relationships are those in which both parties thrive, not when one side suffers. Another progressive Stoic philosophy that could develop strongly and encourage us to achieve balance requires us to carefully consider our actions and their consequences. It emphasizes the importance of maintaining balance in generosity, encouraging us not to deplete our resources to harm our main goal of living a prosperous life. Instead, it warns against being overly cautious in giving, but rather advocates for using generosity wisely. Seneca, a nuanced philosopher in Stoic philosophy, captured this essence, with an emphasis on, "A good heart, I believe, is a treasure. It is a mercy that is hidden away. The treasure is only unearthed when necessary." His advice encourages us to willingly act compassionately towards others, recognizing the profound connection that binds all humanity. This has made a strong impression in today's conversation. Share your thoughts in the comments if this message resonates with you and you want to learn more about how Stoicism can improve your life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support is important for us to share knowledge and continue creating content that resonates with you. Let's build a community of curious, eager learners and developers together.